chosen one.
What's up, meatbags? It is the often imitated, never duplicated Chicano Stanley, chosen one of CG. Bad guy, bad dude, bad actor, Wrong Tony. And today, we're going to be looking at some of the stupidest Rippaverse fans as they try to prove that Riley is a liar. Now, what am I talking about here? Well, I'm talking about this little tweet here from John author Doulas. He's a author. He went into ChatGPT, told them to write a book, and then he slapped his name on it and put it on Amazon. So I guess technically that makes him an author. But Johnny, he's a little upset here. So what's going on? Well, let's take a look at the images first. We're going to look at this is the first tweet that Riley made. It says, "Thanks for the quick shipping, but this packaging is damaged, and the comic in it sucks. Hashtag Rippaverse." Nerd, and then a check mark. It says, "You guys only get worse at everything." And that was followed up by a question from B.A. Turner, who says, "They didn't use a box or comic mailer, just a thin FedEx mailer." To which Riley says, "Yep, maybe because I put my name as Isom Knox and had it sent to my actual address to taunt them. Still, they suck at everything they do, and they don't care if you stand in line politely, like Schizo Sean TV, or if you're a paying customer of the books." So these are the tweets, and now Mr. Doulas is going to prove that Riley's lying. So let's get to John's tweets here. John says, "Lying ass YouTuber and known retard lies through his fucking teeth to make it seem like Rippaverse puts comics straight into FedEx envelopes." Well, Riley didn't say that. Riley specifically said that they did it to this comic because he believes putting the name Isom Knox upset them, so they did it on purpose. He believes Riley is under the impression that Eric July realized it was Riley's comic, but he had to ship it out to him, so he, screwed with it a little. Didn't put the box. He says they come in comic mailers. You'd have to go out of your way to damage these comics in this box. Nowhere in Riley's tweet did he say the comic was damaged. If you look, and we'll go back because the tweet's right here. You screenshot it. It says, "Thanks for the quick shipping, but this packaging is damaged. And the comic in it sucks." He didn't say the comic was damaged. He just said the comic sucked. And the packaging was damaged. Now, again, just because every other one got into a mailer doesn't mean this one did. Could you imagine if McDonald's went to court and said, "Hey, Your Honor, there's no way that person got rat feces in their Big Mac because we've sold billions of Big Macs that don't have rat feces in it. Clearly, none of our Big Macs have rat feces in it, except for that one, and so that means that guy's lying. That guy must be a liar, right?" All the lawsuits over the years where one guy gets a bad item, a bad product, something is wrong. Could you imagine if they just pointed to all the times they did it right? Well, Your Honor, clearly that guy's lying because look at all the times that we did it correctly. Just because John Doulas, other people, they got mailers correctly, doesn't mean that Riley did. Riley could 100% have gotten a bad mailing job, whether it was on purpose, whether it was an accident, whether someone at the Rippaverse warehouse dropped the ball, maybe it was a new employee, who knows? But it is 100% possible that Riley got a bad shipping order. And nothing so far has proven otherwise. But let's continue. Because the tweet goes, "Caught you lying in 4K, retard Riley." How? John, you didn't catch anybody lying. You're accusing him of lying, but you've provided no proof. Again, just because you got a comic mailer doesn't mean that Riley got a comic mailer. Just because you got it shipped properly doesn't mean Riley got it shipped properly. But the best is this response to John's tweet. He says, "Had it sent to my actual address to taunt them," in quotation marks. "I knew he was lying, but of all the fake addresses, he chose this one to claim as his home." First off, this fucking retard, SE Spider, is claiming that Riley lied when he said, this is my address. But if you go to the picture, right, this is the return address box. Isom Knox is his address, right? Isom Knox is who was being shipped to. Underneath it would be the address, which Riley is covering up with the Isom 3 comic. Above the word Isom Knox in this image is the address that they're discussing. Now I'm going to zoom in. Let's zoom in a little. Let's enhance. As you can see here, we've enhanced it. We've used our computer technology to get closer to the image. As you can see, Origin ID, Rippaverse Publishing LLC, 1900 Preston Road. You fucking retard. The address that you're saying that Riley claimed as his own is the Rippaverse warehouse address that it was shipped from. That's why that's the return address. And then Riley's, where it says to Isom Knox, and then underneath it, which is again covered up, would be the address of the person receiving it. This person clearly has never sent any sort of mail, has never received any sort of mail, because they would have realized exactly what was being shown here. So good job, buddy. You've proven that Rippatards are the dumbest fucking people on the planet. Now, of course, it gets better because John Douglas, he put these 4 images, right? I've only looked at 2 so far, but he's put these 4 images. And this has confused a lot of people because you see on this bottom image, we got a keyboard, we got this mailer, FedEx mailer, then we got the Rippaverse box. And then this other image, again, we got the FedEx shipping mailer and Rippaverse box. Clearly, it's got editing software on. This is John A. Douglas's images. But apparently the people here in the replies are too dumb to get that. They didn't understand that. John had to literally say, to clarify, the bottom 2 pics are my pics, my mailer that I got and still had. Again, that doesn't prove Riley's lying. Let's scroll down. So much love. You get much love from Eric July. Eric July is giving you a shout out, John. It says, not letting this lie go unanswered. John has taken it upon himself, guys. He cannot allow anybody to say anything negative about the Rippaverse. It is his mission. It is his life's goal, his life's work. He's got to go out there and into the fields, into the mines, and make sure that the Rippaverse name is unsullied. So this guy, Ego, another retard, says, you can see he already had his editing software up to make a video on that bullshit too. So then John has to pipe in, the bottom 2 are my picks. Oh, yeah, my bad, dude. See, when you fuck up like that, maybe you should delete the previous tweet, right? You fucked up. People are going to see this, right? You got 1,000 people saw this, and they believed you. They think that what you're saying makes sense. So maybe, the my bad, dude, only 122 people saw it. Maybe you should, delete the previous tweet so that people don't think you're a retard. I mean, but that's up to you, right? That's on me. I should have clarified from the onset. Was busy with other stuff when I posted. So he was busy doing other things, guys. He was busy with very important stuff, but he had to stop what he was doing. Stop, literally, in the middle of what he was doing, just to make sure he could say something to Riley. Hey, I can't let Riley let people know that he got a damaged FedEx mailer and he didn't get a Rippaverse box. So there's a Mr. Brady. He's putting this. This is an old message here from the kill stream. Obviously, this is none other than Ethan Ralph. Mr. Brady is promoting what is clearly a lie. Ethan Ralph has come out and said it was a lie. Everyone knows it's a lie. But, that doesn't stop Rippatards from just spreading misinformation. Mr. Brady being not only a Rippatard, but also a water closet retard. So it's a double bubble on that one. And John A. Douglas eating it up, of course. Tommy Review says, Eric does take pride in making sure the books are mailed neat and not damaged. Again, not proof that Riley got a damaged one or not a damaged one, right? Marcus at least has the right idea. He says, why is he mad about the shipping box? The comic is in perfect condition. People buy Eric's stuff and then complain about it. John says they nitpick everything to death because 2 years ago they swore a retard jihad on anything Eric does. Yeah, because Eric's done nothing, right? Eric is a big innocent boy. He didn't do nothing. He's pouting. He's pouting about a damaged box, not a damaged product. At least Ginger Cuck is correct that it is about the damaged box and not the product. But of course, John doesn't correct his previous tweet. He doesn't correct anything. He just, oh no, a mailer in less than pristine condition. Never seen that before. Again, Riley just making tweets, saying things that are true, and people crying about it. Imagine that. Imagine you've made it your mission to cry about other people's tweets. I feel like Renown Zero doing this, right? Just reading people's tweets. This guy says, that fucking criminal Lardball is still at large. Yeah, Eric July is still at large. Eric's still out there, making shitty comics and threatening people's lives. But don't worry, Zero Dozer. We're going to get Eric. Eric is going to be brought to justice. I mean, right now, Brandon is being investigated by the Texas Police Department for stealing, petty theft. He decided to get a little handsy and wanted to pocket somebody's personal items. So he's got to deal with that. It says, every product I've gotten from Rippaverse, comics, cards, CGCs, has been professionally packed and shipped. I've commented about it before. I have 100% confidence in everything I order will arrive safely. Cue them saying, he didn't say anything about the content. No one cares that you, again, all this is just hibbity-jibbity bullshit. Guys, you got your product in professional mailed condition. Riley didn't. That's it. You can't prove that he's lying because there is no proof. Unless you have like secret recordings of Riley receiving his mail, opening it up, and then tossing the custom mailer away, the Gemini box, you really got nothing. And you guys are just complaining to complain. You guys are so butthurt that Riley is making a valid complaint about a product he received, not a product you received, not a product someone else received, a product Riley received. Really, we could go through all these tweets, but they're more or less all the same. Just people going, mine is good. I got mine in good condition. I don't understand why this guy's comic isn't bad. It's clearly why. He wrote Isom Knox as his name. He put his address, which Eric knows it's on file because Eric has, sent him court documents to have him arrested for trespassing and all the other stuff, trying to get him for online harassment. So clearly they know what his address is, and clearly they recognized it and decided that they were going to fuck with him. I mean, we've seen Brandon Taylor smiling and giggling when he saw the Bunny Man getting kicked out of the convention, right? We know it's not above them to do this petty bullshit and pretend like they didn't do nothing, right? They love to throw rocks, as they say, and hide their hands. But don't worry, we're here to shine a spotlight on them. Eric, you can do these things, but you're not going to get away with it. You're not going to not get called out. No one is doubting Riley. Not a single person doubts that Riley got a fucked up shipping order. I mean, your Rippatards can pretend like they do. Your Rippatards can go out there on Twitter and defend you because you're their black friend. But we all know, they all know, you tried to fuck with Riley. And you think that by now you would have learned your lesson not to do such a thing. I guess you got to fall down the veto path and learn. But that's all I got to say about this, guys. What do you think? Is Riley lying? Did John A. Douglas actually prove that Riley's lying? Let me know in the comments. And as always, love, peace, booty grease. I'm out this bitch.